Hey Bob, what's zombie housing and what's New York State done recently to combat it?
Well, zombie housing is housing that ostensibly, when you look at it, you know what it is. It's housing that's been abandoned, it's vacant, probably the windows are missing, pipes and fixtures inside the building have been stripped out by people who are looking to sell those items to junkyards. And there is really no way a person could inhabit that property safely. Now, it's possible that the house could be, owned and fully paid for, and the owner just holding on to it. Of course, that's a terrible eyesore for the neighbors on either side. But what this new law that New York State has passed is referring to is that type of housing that is also in foreclosure. So not only has the owner let the property deteriorate, the owner is also in foreclosure. That's when the banks step in. They start a lawsuit to foreclose on the property. And banks had been taking the position that it's a horrible property. They're not going to put any money into it. They've already lost money, and they're not going to do anything to keep up the property. Now, New York State is saying, oh no, Mr. Bank, you have to keep the property in some sort of condition that's not a horrible eyesore until you're able to foreclose on the property and put the property back on the market. And the trade off that New York State is saying to the banks is we will help you expedite the foreclosures. Typical foreclosures in New York State could take about 5 or 6 years. And so New York recognizes that, as well as the banks. And New York State is saying to the banks, look, if you keep this property up, we will help you expedite this foreclosure, get it through the court system a little faster, and get it back on the market where a developer might be able to pick up, or a contractor may be able to pick up the property and rehabilitate it. And the other thing that the law is doing is setting up an electronic registration for properties that they consider to be both in foreclosure and badly abandoned and deemed to be zombies. So there is some hope for people who are living in blocks or communities where this type of housing exists, and really puts a drag on the otherwise good homeowners who are trying to keep their property up and their property values up. It gives them some assistance to keep the neighborhood stable and the housing prices stable or increasing.